Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be watching, or re-watching, because I've already seen this video, but I thought it was interesting to share with you all, and I haven't seen it in a while. I'll be re-watching The Secret to Staying Relaxed When You Play Guitar Fast by Mike Filipov is his name. He's taught me a lot that I know about learning and improving on guitar, and I think everyone could do better to adopt from his mindset. So thank you, other Mike. Let's get into this video real quick. A skadoosh.
One of my all-time favorite movies is the movie Scarface, and there's a great scene in that movie where Tony Montana, played by Al Pacino, talks to his friend Manny, and he explains his life philosophy to him in 3 sentences. He says this:
This country, you gotta make the money first. Then when you get the money, you get the power. Then when you get the power, then you get the woman.
Now, as badass as this clip is, let's not forget that this is just a movie. And the reason I bring this up is because unfortunately many guitar players seem to approach building speed on guitar in kind of the same way, where when it comes to playing fast and being relaxed at that speed, to approach that goal, people think that they need to hit it in layers. First, they want to get their hands moving at the tempo they want, and then they work on making their playing be more relaxed at that tempo, and then they work on making their playing be more consistent at that tempo, and then they work on their playing be cleaner at that tempo, not necessarily in that order, but in that basic sequence. That is entirely the wrong approach. What you want to do instead is establish a foundation of your playing already being very relaxed, very consistent and reliable, very clean, and in time at a very slow speed. And as you speed up your playing, you want to pay attention to these elements staying just as flawless every step of the way. Let me show you.
Okay, I need to do that and dedicate a specific practice session to that purpose and that purpose only, so I could find a tempo at which I could play everything perfectly and relaxed, speed it up, and find out where everything in my technique starts to break down.
I'll show you some examples of great players doing this when they practice so you can see what I mean. Take a look at this Michael Romeo clip.
Moonlight Sonata.
Compare the fast clip you just saw with this clip that I'm going to show in a second of him playing it very, very slowly in comparison at 70 BPM. Check it out.
They make it look easy because they're relaxed.
You may even go back and forth between the very fast playing and the very slow playing without my talking in between to compare the efficiency, the articulation, the cleanliness of the playing and see that it does not change from very slow tempo to very fast tempo. After playing the lick slow at 70, Michael then sped it up to 100, and once again his playing looked just as relaxed, the notes sounded just as clean, as effortless, and as reliable and accurate as before. Here's another great example of everything we're talking about here, and this one is by the great Paul Gilbert. Now, I already analyzed this solo in a different video on my channel in the past, but I want to draw your attention here to one specific lick that deserves a closer look. Check it out. Now let's freeze frame and think this through. So first, look at how relaxed Paul's body is. Notice how his shoulders are relaxed. Notice how he's obviously not struggling or straining to play the lick at all. Now, notice also how he was really enjoying each note, even though the lick was played relatively slow. This is an important criteria that tells you if you're on the right track whether you're practicing or not. Even when you're playing slowly, each note should be enjoyable to play, to hear, and to feel. And I don't mean that in some abstract woo-woo spiritual sense. I mean the feeling that you get when you hear licks or guitar playing that inspires you. You should feel that feeling no matter if you're playing at 25% of your speed, 50, 75, or 100%. The feeling should always be there regardless of the tempo. If the feeling is not there, that's an indication, that's a red flag that something is off and you need to fix it. Either your playing feels harder than it should because you're too tense, or the hands are not totally in sync, the articulation isn't quite right, or whatever the case is, you got to get to the bottom of why you're not enjoying the sound of the notes. fix it, and that's going to move you in the right direction. But back to Paul. Notice how he plays it one more time, and then he begins to speed it up, and then he begins to speed it up even more a little bit later on. And notice how he feels and looks just as relaxed as he did when he played it the first time. There's basically no breakdown in the notes. They're just as clean, just as consistent, and everything feels just as smooth at faster speeds as it did at slower speeds. But it all starts with setting that foundation where all these elements are baked into your technique at slower tempos, and paying attention that these elements all stay baked into your technique as the tempo increases. Here's a great exercise you can do to see how well you really got this. Take any lick that you're practicing, find your 100% top speed, your maximum speed with that lick, and go back and forth between 25% of your speed, 50% of your speed, 75%, and 100. And ask yourself, how easy does the lick feel as you progress through the tempos? Notice the big jumps we're taking, 25, 50, 75, 100. This is on purpose because it's going to allow you to feel any tension flare-ups, any breakdown in your synchronization, any sloppy string noise, or any timing issues a lot more easily compared to increasing in small, tiny increments. So taking these bigger jumps is going to be a great test for your technique. Here are two more examples to drive the point home. The first one is by the great Guthrie Govan as he crushes people's hopes while doing crazy legato runs with his left hand and drinking coffee with his right hand.
Just see how much she can do just with that one hand.
And here's one by Jason Becker as he does a similar thing with crazy legato stuff with his left hand while playing with a yo-yo in his right hand. So your assignment as you're watching your favorite players play fast is to pay attention to how relaxed their body and their technique looks at higher tempos, so you can then apply that relaxation into your slower playing and build that foundation of flawless technique we talked about, and then bring that foundation into your faster playing. That's the formula. And what I mean here, by the way, isn't the splitting of hairs, micro level stuff that you have to see with your eyes or with a high-speed camera, like do they angle the pick this way or that way, or is their thumb positioned 1 degree here or 1 degree there? I don't mean that micro level stuff. I mean on the macro level. How relaxed do they look? How clean does their playing sound? How consistent is their articulation of every single note? How tight is the timing? Those are the universal macro level things that have to be in place for your speed to go up and for that speed to be consistent and reliable. And if you want more help with building your guitar speed, check out the link in the description of this video or go to the page on the screen right now. I'm going to show you a free 1-hour masterclass called Guitar Speed Formula. What it is a new way to build guitar speed without having to start slow and gradually build speed in small increments, because, come on, that's a pretty boring way to practice, and more importantly, it doesn't work nearly as well as people tell you that it does. If you want to know a new way to build speed, check out the link, enter your email address, I'll send you the video for free. And if you want to see more breakdowns of great guitar players just like this, then check out the video on the screen right now.
That was a pretty interesting video, honestly. The mindset behind different practicing ideas in order to help you gain speed and not have your technique break down, and most importantly, as the title of the video said, to stay relaxed. I'll be looking and diving deeper into this in my own practice sessions and give you guys like summaries and show you guys like a year of my progress when it finally happens. I'm sorry for the lower quality video, but I will link some content here for you all to watch. Hopefully you enjoy it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.